Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cool Stuff with Kyle. Today we're on a field trip. This is the second field trip I've done for the channel. This is a place that's actually pretty near to me, which is lucky for me because it's awesome. This place is called the Heart of Ohio Antique Center. It's in Springfield, Ohio. It is, I do believe, the largest, by square footage, the largest antique mall in Ohio, and it is one of the top largest in America. It's got over 116,000 square feet. And I think it's probably in the top 5, easily in the top 10 largest antique malls in America. Let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we can find today. Alright, so we're in the lobby here. You've got hallway 3, hallway 6, and hallway 1. Obviously there's a lot more hallways that branch off from those. Might as well start with number 1. Today I'm largely here to hunt for uranium glass. I know this place has a lot of uranium glass. I also brought my new toy here. It is a Geiger counter. And this is so if we find anything else radioactive that you can't find with a flashlight, we'll check it out. Sometimes you have to check things that don't necessarily look green or yellow because sometimes they glow. These I'm checking here, they don't glow, but you just kind of, you can quickly pass your light over things. Sometimes you get surprised. And here I've spotted something right here that I wouldn't have necessarily known was uranium glass, but it sure is. Fenton Burmese Rose Bowl. That's pretty cool. Here's some things that look like they could possibly be uranium glass, but actually I'm passing my light over them and they're not. Check out these cases. All sorts of glass. I bet there's some good stuff in here. There's some candle holders. Those are cool. I wish these yellow ones glowed, but a lot of times I find a lot of the yellow glass doesn't glow, unfortunately, but the stuff that does is usually really cool. Here's some uranium glass, a pitcher and some glasses. Some nice art glass pieces in here, even though they don't glow. I'd say these are probably mostly Fenton pieces here and right here. I really like that pitcher. Oh, look at that. Yellow glass that glows. Not saying you're not going to pay for it, but it is really pretty. I like this cranberry stuff too. It doesn't glow, but it's neat. Oh, look at those. Those are nice. I like that sugar bowl or whatever that thing is. No glowers in here, but there are some on this shelf. Oh, those glow really nice. You can kind of get a feel for when things glow sort of dimly when you go over them. If you're going to put them in your cabinet, they may not glow real brilliantly. But if things, if you're a little bit of a distance away with your flashlight and they glow really brightly, then they're probably going to look pretty good in your cabinet. This plate in the back, I'm trying to shine the light at that, and it's really not doing anything. So it could be uranium glass, but it's not glowing very much, so it's not something I would want to buy to put in my cabinet. This bowl up here, this is cool. How much is that guy? Not bad, 25. I'm probably not going to buy it, but hey, I'll keep it in mind. Here they have some stuff that's out on an open shelf here. And this place is always really helpful. If they see you walking around with something, they'll ask you if you want to have a number, and they'll take it up front for you, and you can just pick it up when you're done. You don't have to carry it around with you all day. Here, looks like, to me, this might be Fiesta ware. I think that is. I think this is the color that they call a radioactive red. I don't know that my Geiger counter would be able to pick it up through a glass cabinet like this, though. I bet there's some nice glowers in this cabinet. Let's see. Oh, that one's nice. That one glows nice too. There's some pricey stuff in this cabinet, but sometimes if it's something that you really love, it could be a rare piece. Sometimes it's worth paying for. It just depends on what you want. This one doesn't glow very brightly, but it's pretty neat. I collect this pattern of daisy and button, and that's a 10-inch bowl. $55 isn't super cheap, but it's probably worth it. Honestly, I would have to think about that one. That's really cool. Here's some more Fenton Burmese pieces. No glow on the pink there, but sometimes pink glows. I've seen it. Those are pretty nice for $30 a piece, really. That's not uranium glass, but it's a neat thing. I've never seen a glass insulator made into a bell before. That's pretty cool. By the way, guys, I did ask for permission to record video in here. They said that was fine. Just tag them, their YouTube channel, in the video, which I am planning to do. I may have to stop recording suddenly if I run into people I don't want to, be having random strangers in my video. They probably wouldn't like to be part of that. There's a nice juicer. That one glows really nice. It's $199, too much for me, but it's cool. Sometimes when you see marbles, you will see uranium glass marbles. Some of the older ones, sometimes they glow. Not in this case, though. Here's a glowing thing right down the shelf below, though. My guess is that's a little Fenton piece. Fenton basket. Don't see anything else glowing in this booth. All that searching, and all we've done so far is we walked down one side of aisle 1, and now there's an aisle 4 that branches off to the side on the end here. Let's go check out that one. I did find this when I walked around the corner to go to aisle 4. I'm still at the end of aisle 1 here. These are kind of neat, these glasses that have these stems and bases that glow. This is right at the start of aisle 4. This says it's a Northwood something, but it some kind of plate, obviously. It looks like what I would call milk glass. It's kind of glossy, but it's uranium glass. Those are pretty neat. I really like this one. I think that's what you would call a Jack in the Pulpit vase, because it's made to resemble the Jack in the Pulpit flower. That's, I think, a Fenton Burmese piece, and that's really neat. It's a little out of my price range, but $110, it is neat. Personally, I don't spend a lot of money on uranium glass. I know some people have pieces that cost hundreds of dollars, but I'm not at that point. This is not uranium glass, but this looks to be a piece of what's called amberina. I believe it has cadmium in it usually, and it does have a glow to it. If you shine your light on there, it glows very differently than uranium glass, and it doesn't always glow under the same lights that you would use for uranium glass, which is why I don't really have a lot of amberina. I've tried a few pieces of it. It hasn't worked well for me getting it to glow in my cabinet. I think maybe you need different lighting for it. And by the way, that's what it looks like looking down aisle 4 here. It goes pretty far. Here's a whole stack of uranium glass plates. I guess you get 7 of them. Those are large plates. You can see, pretty big. So I've reached the end of aisle 4 here. I'm just going to start heading back down the other side. Now we come back to aisle 1, but we're going to go down the other side of aisle 1. Oh, that swan there is cool. Cambridge, it says. Now here is a bunch of jadeite, and jadeite a lot of times does not glow, but sometimes it does. There's some jadeite salt and pepper shakers in the back that glow. There's some candlesticks or something there that glow. Maybe those are a vase, I don't know. There's a cup, $27, that glows. This juicer, jadeite, that glows. Here's a McKee refrigerator container. Sugar bowl and a pitcher. Here's a nice Burmese set. Now we've come across another aisle that splits off, aisle 5. That's a unique piece. Cautionary tale. I bought a cake plate very similar to that one. I really liked that daisy pattern, and it was from a cabinet very similar to this, where it was back in the back, and I had a hard time telling how well it would glow. I bought it, and the pattern's great, but unfortunately it's not very good as far as glowing in the cabinet. It doesn't glow very bright at all. So I told you that I was also going to see if I could find something radioactive with my Geiger counter. This set of pictures here, some of these look like they could be radioactive as far as having uranium in the glaze. They added, I think usually they added it for color, but this looks very similar to that radioactive red color from Fiesta Ware. I don't know that this is Fiesta Ware, but we're going to check it with the Geiger counter and see if it's radioactive. Now you can see the Geiger counter, I've had it on for a little bit, so it's measuring around 14 counts per minute. That's just normal background radiation. But I'm going to put the sensor for this one is at the bottom. I'm going to put it up against here. We're going to see, oh, it's definitely radioactive. Look at that. It's counting up quickly. Wow. I'm going to turn the speaker on this off because I don't want to annoy anybody else that might come around here. Okay, let's put it back up there. Oh, the alarm is still going off. Hang on, I gotta fix this. Okay, sorry about that. Now the alarm is off. Let's put it back up here and see what kind of counts we get here. Definitely uranium in this glaze. I'm gonna leave it here for a couple minutes and we'll see how high this gets. I'll stop the video in the meantime. So it looks like we're coming out in about the 1300s counts per minute here. That's pretty high because all of my uranium glass, the most I've seen is like 150 counts per minute coming off of some of my uranium glass, the stuff that glows pretty brightly. So I think, the glaze, maybe they used more uranium in it, or maybe it's just because it's more at the surface. It's not incorporated into the whole product like it is with glass. It's just right there at the surface in the glaze. Maybe that's why you get such high readings off of this. But I think that's really interesting. That doesn't mean that this is particularly dangerous. This is mostly alpha and beta particles. They don't penetrate your skin. I probably wouldn't drink out of this personally, but that's pretty neat. There is, back here, there's an oil lamp that's uranium glass. If it wasn't $285, I'd definitely be interested. Now here I found some Fiesta Ware that they claim is radioactive red. Let's find out if that's true. Oh, it sure is. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Looks like that's about where we're topping out on this one. That's pretty neat. None of my uranium glass sets off the Geiger counter like this. Now we are back in aisle 1. I think we're just about done here, but this is only one of the 3 main wings that we've checked, and we've found all of that already. This place is incredible. So now I'm going to go to the other wings, but I'm not going to show you guys necessarily everything that I come across, just some of the highlights. We are now in aisle 6. Let's see what we can find this way. This is kind of cool. It's an ice bucket that glows. I think this Fenton custard 8-inch vase is really neat. That definitely glows. And at the end of this aisle, they also have this antique furniture showroom, which is pretty neat. This is my favorite cabinet in this room. They have all this really cool looking carnival glass. Usually this stuff doesn't glow unless it was built on top of a piece of uranium glass, but it is cool. Here's some marbles, and some of the glowing uranium ones I was talking about are in these bags. Not a whole lot of them, but you can see a few. Now we're going to check out aisle 3. By the way, I'd say that the last one, aisle 6 I think it was, it's one of the smallest ones because there's not any branches off of it. There's just that furniture one at the end. This one you can see has branches off of it. There's a number 7 and a number 8 down there, so this one's going to be another big one. We have a cup here and this Cambridge apple blossom covered candy dish. That's pretty neat. And a whole lot of jadeite in this case. You can see these plates, they don't glow. Like I said, a lot of jadeite doesn't glow. But these tumblers, they do glow. And up here, these canisters over here, spice containers it says, they do glow as well. We're now checking out aisle 7, which is an offshoot from the other aisle we were in there. I like these glasses. These have a nice glow. Some nice little candle holders. Those glow really bright. And this is Anchor Hawking Block Optic. I know a lot of people collect that. I have a couple of those pieces, I think. Now here's an interesting thing. These glow, but they're plastic. So you gotta, touch it as well as shine the light at it. Now here's a little Fiesta Ware Paradise. Think we can find something radioactive in here? Well, spoiler alert. Seems like everything in here is newer Fiesta Ware, so I didn't find anything radioactive with the Geiger counter in here. But they got some nice stuff if you want some Fiesta Ware you can actually use. Check out all this cool yard art. Why would I put this in my video about uranium glass? Because my videos are about cool stuff, and this is cool. I like this windmill. I have a couple of neat windmills at my house. I should put those in a video sometime, I suppose. Now this is cool. Here's an old floor lamp. It has what I'd say is probably slag glass here and then down here, which glows. I have an old bridge lamp, kind of like this, that has slag glass on it, so that's how I recognize that. This one is $155. Here's a little covered sugar dish. They only want $11. That's not so bad. And now we have made it to aisle 8, which is another offshoot of that main aisle. This is a sun-kissed McKee Jadeite juicer. It's pretty nice. Here's some more jadeite, but this doesn't glow. I do like that Fenton Cranberry. That doesn't glow, but it's neat. When you're shining your light around, you just never know what might glow. Here we got some glowing pocket knives. I've reached the end of the aisle and I'm going to head back the other direction. Wow, now that's cool. That is a whole airplane propeller and it's big. Here's some nice pieces that glow well. I don't know much about these little uranium glass ladles, spoons, but I know some of these are worth some money. It's pretty neat. Here's some more of that daisy and button pattern that I collect. Those are nice. Here's some others. But yeah, this is the daisy and button. I like those. And we have some little Fenton custard items in here. Here's this little boot and these praying children. And then the Fenton bird back there, I have one of those in my cabinet. Now, these are out of my price range, but they're neat. Vaseline glass barber bottle. And this one over here says Fenton Hearts Barber Bottle. Those are cool. Well, the two things I decided to pick up today, I decided to get this Fiesta radioactive red plate here. And I'm also picking up this sugar dish, the one that was only $11. So I'm all checked out, I'm all set. I hope you guys enjoyed this field trip to the Heart of Ohio Antique Center here in Springfield, Ohio. It's, as I said, the largest antique mall, I do believe, in Ohio, and one of America's largest. So check it out if you get a chance. Remember, until next time, the world is full of cool stuff. Go out and find some.